the strongest argument for us being in a simulation, probably being in a simulation, I think is the following. 40 years ago, we had Pong, like two rectangles and a dot. Now, 40 years later, we have photorealistic 3D simulations with millions of people playing simultaneously, and it's getting better every year. And soon we'll have virtual reality, augmented reality. If you assume any rate of improvement at all, then the games will become indistinguishable from reality.
In 2003, philosopher Nick Bostrom postulated that if one conscious being could be simulated, then any random conscious being is likely in a simulation. However, in 2025, scientists proved that our universe does not exist in a simulation. The scientists created a logical statement that describes all elements of a theory of quantum gravity. Quantum gravity is the holy grail of physics, a theory that could potentially describe the most fundamental nature of reality. Such a theory may one day exist. It will not look like the ordinary theories of physics. The scientists postulated that the Gödel-Tarski-Chaitin triad of theorems creates an insurmountable barrier for such a theory to use pure mathematics to overcome. Gödel's theorem says that math can never be complete. Some true statements can never be proven. Imagine waking up in the morning after a dream. No matter how truthfully you describe your dream, you can never prove that you dreamt it to another person. Their conclusion: any theory of quantum gravity will necessarily include unprovable situations. Tarski discovered that a system powerful enough to do arithmetic can't define its own truth predicate. A truth predicate is the standard of truth in a system. Thus, a system that can't define its own truth predicate must get its truth externally. Their conclusion: any theory of quantum gravity must get its truth from outside the theory itself. Chaitin concluded that a system with a finite amount of information can only prove elements within that finite amount of information. Basically, you can't use the information contained in a deck of cards to prove that the moon exists. Their conclusion: any theory of quantum gravity will declare statements that the theory cannot access. Taken together, the scientists claim the theorems prove that any theory of quantum gravity will fail unless it merges non-algorithmic resources with mathematical certainties. The scientists resolve these problems by introducing an external truth predicate. This means that whatever standard of truth must exist for quantum gravity, it cannot come from quantum gravity itself. The scientists further conclude that uncertainty in physics, a well-established phenomenon, provides evidence that we have already begun to touch our universe's external truth predicate. After these conclusions, the scientists determined the fundamental theory of physics, if one exists, must necessarily not be a computable theory. Thus, it cannot be simulated. Put simply, to simulate our universe would require a computer that can compute the incomputable.